Hi there, welcome back. Last episode, I began a self-portrait. I expected this project to move along a lot quicker than it really did. It's been a few weeks now, and life just sort of happens around you, swirls around you while you work. There was a temptation to rush it, to push it forward, and I really tried not to do that. I've been working at this craft for many, many years now, and I know by now that each project really does have its own timeline. Trying to make a plan of when you think it's going to be done isn't always realistic. And what's really important to understand, I've noticed, is that progress isn't always visible. You can feel like you go days or weeks without making any progress sometimes. And what's so interesting is there's just often so much happening beneath the surface. That's why I find it so important to just follow through with my daily rhythms, my daily rituals, even through seasons of difficulty. If you keep at it, even just a little bit, and have some grace with yourself, if I don't pressure myself to do a ton of work or finish an entire portrait in 2 days, I think it's a lot better. But I'm super happy to finally be back here and showing you the part 2 of this self-portrait. So I got some much needed paint. Raw sienna is completely out of that. This is a workhorse. And some raw umber. Both of these are staples. So while this painting quietly took shape, life happened. And so much of life enriches the paintings that I'm creating. So I don't think of these things as separate from my art. Everything that I do is part of what I create. It gets infused eventually. And that's sort of what this whole channel is about, is me showing my life and the things that enrich these paintings that I create, things that inspire and build a holistic, creative life. What I really love about painting, whether it be a portrait, a still life, or a landscape, is it slows me down. It helps me notice small, beautiful things in my immediate surroundings. And that patience that you have, that anticipation of what the end result of the painting could possibly be, is one of the most enjoyable parts of painting for me. So when I wake up in the morning and I see an unfinished painting on my easel, I just can't wait to get to work on it and see where it goes and what comes of it. I don't know about you, but when there is a birthday that comes around or some kind of holiday, Valentine's Day is this weekend, there's a lot of pressure sometimes that I feel to make plans and go outside of my home. Sometimes I feel more stress than joy in those moments, and it's sort of a preconceived idea of what I think should happen on those days. But actually, one of my favorite things to do is celebrate at home. I'm not trying to say that it's not important. I think it's extremely important to leave and go places and experience new things. There are a lot of times, especially in the winter, where staying home just feels better and makes more sense. Over the years, I've really developed some little rituals that really make celebration at home really special, and they don't need to be expensive. Really, for me, it just starts with a recipe that I'm really excited about cooking, something that takes time, because I love just spending an afternoon or an entire day chipping away at a recipe in the kitchen. I decided to make a pot roast. The wonderful thing about a pot roast is it's fairly easy to put together, and it slow cooks all day, and your house just like smells so delicious all day long. And there's nothing like just walking into your kitchen and getting all your ingredients out and elevating the space with beautiful opera and just getting absorbed in the whole process of cooking. It's really fun for me. And I guess this began when I lived in Seattle, because I was learning how to cook and take care of myself as a young adult. And I lived close to the Pike Place Market, so I'd walk down there and I would enjoy picking vegetables, whatever was in season. Yulin and I actually met in school in the atelier. I would cook in my little tiny kitchen, and he would paint and draw while I worked, and we'd listen to music and talk about music for hours and hours, and it was really special, and the world was just happening outside. I rarely am disappointed when I make these beautiful restaurant style meals at home. Look at the color of this, it's so pretty. It's purple.